automobile was already invented in World War I, it was still not common. Instead, a horse-drawn limber was usually used. It's a single-axle wagon to which other wagons, such as the mobile field oven, the field kitchen, or the artillery, could be connected. Fascinating. This is All Quiet in the Trenches. My dear friends, welcome. Playing this demo for Steam Next Fest. It's a World War One sort of RPG thing from the German point of view, which is interesting. And it gives me an excuse to use terrible German accent. So hooray for that. And also apologies if I offend anyone. That is not my intent. I just want to make people giggle while we delve into some very horrendous subject matter in All Quiet in the Trenches. Oh, yes, I'm starting a new game anyways. Before and during World War I, mobile field ovens were used in the field bakery columns. One column had 12 field ovens and was able to bake 23,000 loaves within 24 hours. That was half the daily requirement of an army corps. I quite like the cel-shaded artwork. It's nice. But it's also bleak as fuck. And if you know anything about this war, you know that it was bleak as fuck. So that's perfect. Anyway, Saturday, May 15, 1915. I could still hardly believe that a few days ago, back at home, I'd been appointed Unteroffizier in charge of this handful of men. And here they were, sneaking through the trenches behind me, not 100 meters from the enemy positions, with heavy packs and dwindling strength. Franz Wellinger was blond, red-faced, and had a mischievous twinkle in his eye. Karl Menke, smaller than his comrades, seemed pensive but alert. Alfred Lotz, badly shaven, had so far mainly caught my attention through his cynical remarks. Elmar Fram kept adjusting his glasses and had not spoken a word all the way here. Exhausted, we finally found the dugout of Lieutenant von Karlsbruck, to whom we had been assigned. "There you are, Herr Unteroffizier," he greeted me. "You seem to have taken your time. Surely you are fit enough to start work straight away." The lieutenant's condescending gaze swept over my men, and then rested appraisingly on me. "Nein, Herr Lieutenant. Mein men are tired. They need to rest." "My men are tired, Herr Lieutenant," I objected. "The train broke down. We had to hurry so that we could..." The lieutenant raised his hand. "Don't think you'll get away with your lazy excuses with me, Herr Unteroffizier. I'll have to put that nonsense out of your mind." His contemptuous look pierced me. "Find your sleeping quarters and then report back to me. In the meantime, I'll think of a sufficiently difficult task for your group to learn right away what being tired really means here at the front." I looked at my men's faces. They looked dejected and angry, but also grateful for my attempt to stand up for them. Without so much as another glance at me, Lieutenant von Karlsbruck turned back to the documents on his table. "Welcome to the trenches, Herr Unteroffizier." Well, that sucked. We can click on our dudes, and I'm sure, because I did start this briefly earlier today, just to check it out for a few minutes, see if it was worth checking out further, honestly, and recording, and I figured it was. I've got different people. Carmenka, I think I got before. I think I remember that name. He is respectful, fairly tolerant, bit by the book, somewhat jaded, very courageous, and very distant. Okay. It's not easy for everyone to open up to people who have been forced upon them as comrades, even less if you never know which of them will still be around after the next battle. Yeah, that's fair. Entirely fair. But, yeah, and of course the ones with exclamation marks have proper stuff. Yeah, Unteroffizier. We only have the rations that we left that we took with us. Where are we supposed to get something to eat around here? Well, I'll work that out, because that's my job as your superior officer. I find out what you need to be told to do, and then I tell you to do it, and you do it. That's the way it works. Herr Lieutenant. Took you long enough. So there's no time to get comfortable. Go and gather your men. The communication trench has collapsed and must be rebuilt immediately. You'll have to take care of your supplies yourself. Send somebody to the supply depot for that. Okay. He's physically fit. Highly motivated. Very intolerant. Completely by the book. Very patriotic. Very outspoken. How can you be very patriotic, very by the book, and very outspoken at the same time? Ah, that's the intolerant. He's always outspoken about his intolerances. Somewhat jaded and somewhat distant. Okay. Fair enough. Well. Delaying maintaining the trenches will have consequences, so let's not do that. Yeah, now we just kind of assign our people to the various tasks. We have Vellinger, or Vellinger, probably Vellinger. Yeah, we'll go with Vellinger. He is swift. Okay. If you have to move out of cover on the battlefield, you should at least be quick to get into the next. Want dialogue? I'm very well, Dunker. Yeah, Vellinger can get the rations. Which leaves Menka, Lutz. Oh, he's trained in shooting, that's useful. Respectful. Favourable. Bellinger likes me, okay. Und Fran is also respectful. And slow as balls, excellent. Trained in first aid though, and attentive. Okay, well. Get to the trenches anyway, Fran. Okay, low prestige, good mood. Next turn. Saturday, May 16th. Headquarters. Ja, Herr Lieutenant. What is it? Herr Unteroffizier, your group is on night watch tonight. Make sure your men don't fall asleep. Bite me, bro? Okay, night watch. Now, Fram is attentive, so he can be one of them. Even if he has, even if he is slow. And Menka is both perceptive and dexterous, so, and he's also fresh too, so he can take watch. While Lutz and Fellinger rest. Next turn. Monday the 17th. Lieutenant raised his hand. No. Monday, May 17th, 1915. A few hours ago, the roar of the artillery had begun. At first it was as quiet as the rumble of thunder in the distance, but recently it had become steadily louder and more threatening. Suddenly there was a thud, and not 10 meters from the hiding spot where my men were huddled, an artillery shell shredded the dugout of our neighboring troop. Pieces of wood and metal flew for meters, and smoke obscured the view. The noise was deafening for a few seconds, then died away as quickly as it had come. An almost eerie, silent gasp of shock passed. Then my men and I jumped up, pushed aside broken beams, and searched for our buried comrades. We found 2, for whom all help came too late. A third, however, we could still hear panting. He was lying with his upper body trapped under the fallen beams. His face was distorted with pain, and he was barely conscious. My men stood around him, forlorn, and looked over to me for help. Fellinger said pleadingly, "Herr Unteroffizier, we must try to help him." Together we lifted the beam from his chest, and only now saw the full extent of the damage. His chest looked crushed, and his hip strangely twisted. A long splinter protruded from his abdomen, and his shirt was soaked in blood. Menka shook his head. "He's beyond help. A mercy killing will save him. And us. Both misery." Okay. Yeah, let us put a swift end to his suffering. Sorry, buddy. Let us put a swift end to his suffering, I said. I will do it myself. I drew my pistol, which I had received only a few days before. Cold and alien it lay in my hand. Once more I exhaled, as we had practiced on the parade ground back home. Then, with a single shot, I ended the young soldier's life. Even now, as I write this, the blood curdles in my veins, and I feel as if I can still hear the shot and the silence afterwards. Okay, so okay, that's changed things. I suppose it will. Let's get some orders from Herr Donkey Nuts. The artillery must have destroyed one of our telephone lines. Instruct one of your men to carry this message to the command post immediately. It looks like the French are planning an attack, but we urgently need more men. Scheiße, defensive position. Lutz? Herr Unteroffizier, we hardly have anything left to eat. Someone urgently needs to get supplies from the camp, otherwise we won't have anything by tomorrow. Okay. Do you have anything else to say? The advance emplacement has been destroyed by artillery. Now we are missing a well-covered position there, and the French have an easy way into our trenches. I'm afraid that if we try to rebuild the position directly at the front line, the French will do their best to prevent it. Okay. Okay, now Fram, who is slow as a snail. But attentive, should rebuild. Lotz, who is trained in shooting, should fetch the rations. Why not? Menka, who is attentive, and dexterous, should also rebuild the emplacement. And Vellinger, who is the fastest, can run the message. There we go. Done. Tuesday, 18th of May, 1915. Fram, everything alright? The Unteroffizier, I carried out your order, but was wounded in the process. I think I can go on, but I'd like to ask you to go easy on me these next days. Yeah, you're wounded. Okay. Too slow to do your job. Lotz, not you as well. Yeah. It's not bad, I can go on. Okay, fine. So close to the enemy and we're just waiting. Sooner or later we'll have to fight. I have to say I'd prefer sooner. I'm not made for waiting around like this. And Felliger's just like, what's up? Okay. Okay. Herr Lieutenant, the war will be over by Christmas. The weak will of the French has long been broken. It is only a matter of time before their lines dissolve and we march into Paris. Now, I know more about the Second World War than the First, but I also know the dates, and this is 1915. There's a few years of war left. There's a nice thing that happens at Christmas time during one of those years, though. But, yeah. Okay, I think they just get to hole up in the bunker for a day. Yeah, that's all they're doing. Wednesday, May the 19th, 1915. For the past day, my men and I have been sitting tightly packed in our bunker while the French artillery rained salvo after salvo of death and destruction down upon us. During the hard work of our first days in the trenches, I had hardly found a quiet minute to have a personal conversation with my men. So now, they were sitting next to me, tense, and still mostly strangers, and I fervently hoped that they would survive the shelling unscathed. The silence between us was in sharp contrast to the constant droning outside. Then, after hours, the firing suddenly stopped. A sigh of relief went through the ranks of some of the young soldiers. However, that was the moment when the veterans of the other troops tensed up and began to load their rifles. A cacophony of whistles snapped us out of our stupor as well. The French were attacking. Stay together, people! I shouted to my soldiers and led them to our positions in the trenches. Together, we halted and mentally prepared ourselves for the upcoming battle. The field kitchen was used throughout the First World War. It got its nickname Goulash Cannon, German for goulash cannon. It's probably Goulash Cannon. I don't know. My German's not wonderful. Because it was attached to a limber like a cannon, and its black smoke vent was folded back when not in use and thus reminded of a cannon. I can say that. The field kitchen was fired with all kinds of fuel, preferably wood. But, you know, people's cats and dogs, they're flammable, aren't they? The enemy has superior numbers. We may soon have to retreat from these trenches. Herr Unteroffizier, you and your greenhorns are to collect and evacuate all the ammunition you can find. If we're to lose this trench, at least we won't lose our equipment. Yes, indeed. Damn it, our injured people are still injured people. That's awkward. Okay, now... Bellinger, you're the fastest, so you search the alcove. Und Menke, you're the most dexterous, so you search the hideout. And... yes. Next turn. You can only give your troop one command per turn. The rally command causes your troop to stay at its current position. With the following commands, you can move your troop to another position. Advanced tactical movement, retreat. Often a new command also changes the current project of your troop. Okay. Bellinger, I didn't find any ammunition, but I did find some bandages. Good job, sir. Manka, I was able to find some ammunition. Excellent. Good work. Okay. Okay. Approximate danger. Click on a command. Yeah, advantages and disadvantages. Okay, that's cool. Good to know. German troop 2, 6 soldiers. Troop 4, 6 soldiers. Very low danger if we advance, apparently. But... I think retreating is the order of the day, quite honestly. Okay, retreat to here. Very low danger. No, that's closer, I feel. Next turn. Okay, definitely not going that way. Okay. Okay. Heads down, artillery! Yeah, no shit. Apart from this grenade, I didn't find anything else here. It's alright. Grenade is a good find. We can brave some moderate danger. We have good cover, we have good protection from artillery, and if we can find equipment, yeah. Let's go. Try not to get blown up on survey, people. Schnell! Manka, crates. Ooh. Okay. Okay. That is a bad place to be rallying to. That is a bad place to be retreating to, or advancing to, or whatever. I think rallying here is probably a better idea. Okay. Preferably don't lob grenades at me, French people. Thank you. Really appreciate that. Manka, still a bit of ammunition and first aid supplies. I took everything I could find. Good lad. The music in this is actually really good. I'm quite enjoying that. We're retreating through low danger, but we have enemies on the flank. But we're still doing it. Following commands are executed by your soldiers on the spot, which means they remain at their current position. Hold, suppress, and rally. Changing the command also changes the current project of the troop. In addition, the allied soldiers in your immediate proximity will react to your actions. Okay. Soldiers, we are falling back. Retreat to the next defensive line. Okay. Bellinger. The Underofficer, we should provide cover fire so our comrades can retreat. Manka, get searching. The rest of you, suppressing fire. Under massive fire and enemies on the flank. That's not wonderful. Not the ideal position, but we gotta do what we gotta do. heck, they're advancing. Okay. Fram? It's a French officer. We have to get out of here. So there's no equipment to be found here, Unteroffizier. Shit. Well. Significant danger. Moderate danger. Extreme. High. Extreme. Let's go into moderate danger, shall we? That's dangerous enough for me. Any more dangerous is a little bit too dangerous. Fram, what's up? Yeah, look, you don't need to panic, my dude. I mean, maybe you do, but I'd really prefer it if you didn't. Tactical movement. Into low danger, which is better than significant. Those are my only options. Even though we're being flanked and we're in grenade range. Okay. Let's fuck up some French. There we go. Okay, now I think it might be time to tactically move, extreme, high, significant. Yep. Although if Menka's taking cover, we should stay with him. Really. Finally gonna stop shooting! Obey us! Me! But I! Alright, that's your command. Good. Now, we can move into a place that's slightly less dangerous than staying where we are. Okay. Low danger here. Okay. Fram, you search. The rest of you, rally. Fram? There's still a bit of ammunition and first aid supplies here. I took everything I could find. Everything I could find, I took with me. Ah, no, the French are coming. I'm so scared. Oh, the French. I'm sure that was once said about the Germans, but still. That's why it's so terrifying. We're unable to recover many of the fallen until the rats or the artillery are finished with them. Their bodies remain as gruesome reminders. Okay, well, high danger, but there's moderate cover and there's equipment over there, so we have a job to do. Come on. Yeah, you too. Don't care how terrified you are of the French. See, what are they going to do? Eat cheese at you? Wave their baguettes in your general direction. My wound has worsened. Please let us escape quickly. I do not know how much longer I can hold out. Shit. Well. Okay. Obedience enforced. Okay. Let's take a shot. Bellinger. Actually, no. Manka, search the corpse. Moderate danger. Moderate danger. Yeah. Okay. Come on, lads. Take your shot. Okay, apparently he didn't fire. It's that Frenchman who didn't have good cover. I think I hit him. Good. You did as you were ordered. You served your fatherland. I was able to find some ammunition. Good. More bullets for loads to fire into French people who are attacking us. High danger. Or extreme danger. Not doing that one. Let's go to high danger. Which is also across the creek. Oh, damn. Yeah, just walk it off, dude. No worries. No worries at all. Oh, shit, I lost someone. Yeah, we know about the horse-drawn limber. Who'd we lose? Wednesday, May 19th, 1915. The explosions, gunshots and screams still echoed in my ears. We'd only been fighting for a few minutes, yet it felt as if years had passed since this morning. Once the everyday life back home, a lifetime away. To be in the camp now, safely behind the front, was surreal. The light-hearted chirping of the birds almost drowned out the dull rumble of the front, and the cries of pain from the field hospital where we'd taken lots. My people lay down exhausted on the grass, surrounded by the boxes of ammunition and equipment we had saved, dirtied and bloodied, some still pale and trembling. But soon the angry voice of the lieutenant in the distance abruptly broke the supposed peace, even before we could see him coming towards us amidst the tent. Shit. On your feet, man. I ordered and motioned my men to stand at attention. Lieutenant von Karlsbruck looked satisfied. Seeing so ample supply of ammunition seemed to further soothe his morose mood. Good job, Herr Unteroffizier, he forced out against his visibly blazing anger. Not that it was a difficult task, but apparently with this bunch of slobs, you have to be happy if anyone shows even a modicum of competency. Our troops were in the best position for a counterattack, but no, the reserve was too cowardly to take advantage of this unique opportunity we had prepared for them. Soldiers spent only about 15% of their time in the forward trenches, but far more time in safer rear reserve positions such as support reserve trenches. Troops there could be quickly mobilized in the event of an attack and sent to the front trenches to provide support or to launch a counterattack. The lieutenant rumbled without prompting, and now the Herr Major accuses me, us, of having abandoned the trench line unnecessarily. Disgrace. Henceforth, we'll hold the line, come what may. Okay, I'm not going to read all of that. Jawohl, Herr Lieutenant! I replied loudly and without hesitation. Lieutenant von Karlsbruck nodded contentedly. Set up camp, Herr Unteroffizier. Sooner or later we'll get our chance to pay back the French, he ordered, and left us to take out his displeasure on others. Okay. So, no one died. It's just Lotz is in hospital. Which is fine by me. Fram, how are you? Apparently dialogues are an important element of the game. I never would have noticed that. Star Civil means this dialogue is available during certain circumstances and could be gone in the next turn. Dialogues can also have negative effects. Without a symbol, no effects, mainly meant to provide information. Okay. Please, Herr Unteroffizier. I need a break. I'm completely spent. Where are you from, Fram? I've lived in Vienna since 1902 and don't belong anywhere else. There I have my work, my valued colleagues, my calling. And your family? I'm married and have 3 children. Yeah, I have a full life at home and I'm needed there, Herr Unteroffizier, not only by my family but also by my patients, my colleagues. You can have extra rations, buddy. You've done really well. And I'm not going to punish you just for being exhausted, but you really, you're going to have to just suck it up and set up camp with Manka and Valinger, because, you know, that's, we got to do what we got to do, otherwise you got nowhere to sleep tonight. Could we move out again soon, Herr Unteroffizier? How about you? Where are you from, Manka? I come from the bourgeois world, if you can believe it. Yeah, I was used to some luxury. But don't worry, I don't mind giving it up. And your family? I've never been taken as seriously anywhere as I am here. You could almost say my family, that's my comrades. Fair enough. Fair enough. I'm gonna give you extra rations as well. Thank you very much, Unteroffizier. It's very generous of you. Yeah, I want you and the rest of my dudes to like me. It's just, you know, one of those things. There is Fellinger. There is Fellinger. Hopefully this quiet will last another couple of weeks. Where are you from, Vellinger? I come from a farm near Gotha. I used to roam around a lot. I was with the animals in the fields, in the hay. I was completely free. Don't be too free with animals in the hay, alright? I don't know where that hay's been, or the animals for that matter. Your family? Oh, my family. I feel all happy and fuzzy thinking back to the time when we were all living on the farm. I had 4 brothers, you know that, right? Plus the uncles and aunts, my grandparents, and umpteen cousins. It was busier than in this whole camp. Okay, good. You can have extra rations too. Okay, now the field hospital. Lots. Don't worry, Unteroffizier. It looks worse than it is. Nurse Elizabeth is optimistic that I will make a full recovery, but I need rest now. Thank you for visiting me. Where are you from, Lotz? I'm from Hanover, didn't you know that? I'm from a family of workers. As a teenager, I witnessed the big strikes. That was an energy, a force. Incomprehensible. Your family? Glad you ask. I have 4 children, and hope my wife can keep them well fed. Sometimes the thought of my family is the only thing that, well, that I can hold on to. Yeah, fair enough. Now, Nurse Elizabeth. Ah, you're Lotz's Unteroffizier. I'm Sister Elizabeth Ritter. I organize a small field hospital here. Don't worry, Lotz is doing pretty well. He'll soon recover from his wound. I'm honestly glad you are overwhelmed so quickly. The shorter a skirmish, the fewer dead and wounded. Defeat is good. As far as I'm concerned, certainly yes. The lieutenant can sort of fit about losing the trench line only once, but I'm content with not being overburdened and nobody dying under my care. Just because we don't have enough time for proper treatment. You know, yeah, the lieutenant can suck a cock. Elizabeth's right. Fewer dead and wounded. I'm glad you see it that way too. There are some people in this camp who believe that the war will be decided right here. Complete nonsense. They want fame and glory. As a nurse, I know. There's only agony and death to be won here. Well, there's war in it. Average prestige. In a good mood. That's good. Okay, someone wants to talk. Ah, welcome to the camp, Herr Unteroffizier. It's a pleasure to meet you. I'm Anton Zielinski, your field cook. I'm afraid I can't cook anything for you right now, though, as your squad hasn't been allocated supplies yet. Better contact Feldintendant Henneck. He is responsible for your supplies. Feldintendant Henneck. Where is Feldintendant Henneck? I'm going to assume he must be over here. Logistics Officer Hennick. Yes. You are the one that I must speak with. Ah, you're the new group's Unteroffizier, right? Field Intendant Hennick, responsible for supplying the troops. I'll allocate some supplies to your group immediately. This should last you until the next supply shipment. Talk to me if you need anything. Here's to good cooperation, Herr Unteroffizier. Okay. Next shipment. Do you need any help? Glad you asked. The artillery is using a lot of ammunition these days. My people have already complained that they can hardly keep up. There's no harm in having more helpers to load the cart. I'll take as many as you can spare. I can't today, sorry. Next shipment, a few more weeks. Okay. That's for a favour. Bottle of wine or better food. Lieutenant doesn't like special requests. Additional provisions. Ah, good. There's still enough left to get some extra if we need it. Well, we do. Dankeschön. Send someone over to pick up the supplies. Scheiße. Damn it. Well. I can't move loads. Shit. Okay, well. Fellinger, be fucking quick. Oh no. Apparently we don't need 3 people to build the camp. Okay. Who now? Ha! Just got the field delivery from the field intendant. What size ration should I give your people? If you want to do something good for them, then I would suggest double rations. Just talk to me whenever you want to change your troops' rations. Yeah, we'll go with double. Okay, cool. Alrighty. Wednesday is the 19th. Every time I saw Manka, I almost didn't trust my own eyes. I could not help but wonder if that boy was old enough to be drafted. He was short, his shoulders narrow, and there was not a hint of peach fuzz on his cheeks, let alone a beard. I felt the impulse to look after him. I took him to the side and gave him a kind smile. Keep your head down out there, alright? I don't want you to get yourself killed, I said. For a moment that seemed to unsettle the young soldier, but his confidence quickly returned with a flourish. Herr Unteroffizier, do you mean to question the recruitment officer that considered me highly qualified for frontline duty? You've got your wits about you, I like that. I told him. Keep that up, and we won't have any issues. I gave the young man an encouraging pat on the back before letting him go. Oh, time skip. A week later, on the 26th, one evening, Fellinger came back to camp with a whole crate worth of food. He placed it with the rest of our stock and wandered off, whistling and almost lost in thought. When our eyes met, he hesitated for a brief, unsure moment before muttering a friendly greeting. I praised his initiative for the good of the unit. That's what I did. He received my kind words with gratitude. Wherever he might have found the supplies, surely we would be able to make good use of them. Tuesday is the 1st of June. Lutz is still in the hospital. Oh, I've got Peterson as well. Who's Peterson when he's at home? He's a big eater. Okay. And he's clumsy. It's the Unterofficer of the people here. I'm supposed to report to you. I'm the new guy. My name's Peterson. Okay, and your origin? I'm from Schleswig. And your family? I have one, yeah. Okay. Fair enough. Village outskirts. Madame La Roche. Bonjour, monsieur. Are you the Herr Unteroffizier whose people pitched their tents right there at the camp entrance? My name is Madame Marianne La Roche. I'm one of the village elders in our community. Since I can speak German, I try my best to mediate between the residents of the village and the soldiers here in the camp. Okay. Good on you, Madame La Roche. We probably need that. Field kitchen. Nothing to see here. No one to talk to. Headquarters. Oh, look. Donkey Boter von Karsbruck has work. These villagers are suspect. I keep hearing stories of partisans attacking our comrades along the front. Organize some patrols through the village, Herr Unteroffizier. Show the French who's in control here so they don't get any foolish ideas. There's always something to do. If you order some of your men to help dig trenches, I'll take positive note. The more you can spare, the better. Okay. Very diligent, Herr Unteroffizier. That's what I want to see from all my subordinates. Okay, well. The villagers will disapprove of that. Peterson, you're a trench digger. So are you, Fram. Menke and Wellinger, you get to patrol the village. Okay, yeah. Okay. This is my first break today, and I have to go back in soon. How's your current workload? I feel massively overburdened. So many lives lost because we just don't have the time and manpower. Well, I can't really offer assistance, sorry. Maybe later. See ya. Monday, June 14, 1915. The lieutenant had demanded that I accompany the patrols through the village personally to make sure that everything was in order. When Velliger and I arrived, the mood in the village was even more brooding than usual. The villagers were sullen, and no wonder. Madame La Roche had told us that they had recently received dire news. 2 of their men had been killed in battle. The women fell silent when they saw us, with no more than cold, angry looks for a greeting. What few children were out playing did little more than listlessly kicking an empty tin around. The mood seemed to affect Vellinger as well. Compassion crept into his eyes, and he slowed his steps. He reached into his pocket to produce a little block of chocolate. I followed his uncertain gaze over to the children. Go on, go over to them, I told him. Fellinger didn't hesitate and wandered over to the kids. When he held out his hand with the chocolate, curiosity drew them closer. But the women gathered quickly and called their children back before they could take a piece. Then the mothers cast us dark looks and hissed something in French that made it quite clear that it was time for us to move on. Okay, Peterson. Okay, why is Fram in the hospital now? What the hell's going on? What happened to you? Oh, you collapsed from exhaustion. Okay. Please, Officer, I need a break. I'm completely spent. Yeah. Fucking poor old devil. Nurse Elizabeth. Fam has been admitted to the field hospital after collapsing at work. Of course, we'll do what we can for him, but I can't say when he'll be ready for duty again. Don't overwork your people so much in the future. You really have better things to do right now than dealing with such easily preventable cases. Okay, well now I can offer assistance. A gift from God, your men would be of great help, as many as you can spare. Okay. Wunderbar. Danke. Send the men to me and I'll instruct them. Okay. Major officers ordered the start of the offensive this morning. Unfortunately, we don't get a chance to win fame and honor just yet. We're in reserve for the time being. Make sure your men are ready to move out at all times. After all, we don't want to disappoint the Major once it's finally our turn. No. Manka can assist in the hospital. Nurse Elizabeth, need your help with something. Thank you for taking the time, Hound Officer. Sister Elizabeth seemed tense, even so the field hospital did not seem too crowded at the moment. Please follow me, she motioned. It led me past the hospital towards a barren patch of land with a series of shallow ditches dug in a line. Graves. I heard there's a new offensive coming. Elizabeth paused and turned towards me with dire seriousness in her eyes and pointed towards the graves. Well, we're going to need a lot more of those. Do you think you could spare some of your men to dig more of them? I'll see what I can do. I conceded with some hesitation, but I can't promise anything. Elizabeth nodded with gratitude and put a gentle hand on my arm. Thank you, Officer. That's all I ask. I know you're in a difficult position, and I don't mean to make it any harder on you. With those words, she turned away to hurry back to the field hospital. Okay. Hound officers, the latrine is filled to the brim. Someone should take care of that before it overflows. You know, you're absolutely right, Peterson. You should. Sorry, Fellinger and Lutz. It's for Nurse Elizabeth. Come on. We gotta help Nurse Elizabeth out. We have a few prisoners of war in our camp that need guarding until they can be moved to a prison. Until then, it will be your responsibility, Herr Unteroffizier. Really, will it? Well, sorry. Orders are orders, Elizabeth. Hate to do that to you, but... yeah. One evening, Manka was sitting in front of his tent, polishing his boots with dedication. Fellinger came up and quietly watched for a bit before asking, "Why do you even bother? They'll just get dirty again." Manka frowned. "So do clothes and homes, and still you clean soles, don't you?" Fellinger shrugged. "But soles don't get dirty every other step. Our boots do, especially in this mud. Besides, who am I supposed to impress by shiny boots around here?" Hearing that, Menke paused, laid down his cleaning rag, and locked eyes with Fellinger, his expression somber and grave. "Regulations demand that a German soldier is to represent the Vaterland at all times. The Vaderland." Yeah. Fears a contemptuous downward gaze, he added, "and your boots are violating your duty as a soldier." Fellinger rolled his eyes dismissively. It was then that he noticed me, and for a moment worry flashed across his face. "Herr Unteroffizier? Clean your dirty boots," I ordered Fellinger strictly. He mumbled something under his breath, but begrudgingly complied. Menke gave me a respectful nod. Menke's a good kid. When I saw the soldier Alfred Lotz at camp, he was inspecting his assigned rifle with great interest, almost as if he was memorizing the design. I made a good-natured joke to start the conversation. "Never seen a rifle before. Where was it you went to basic training?" "In Conlessville," he quit back immediately. "Well then, go ahead and familiarize yourself with your weapon. If you have any questions, I'm here for you." I was about to move on when he said, "Do you also think that the war will soon be over?" I faltered. "Are you in a hurry?" I asked evasively. Lotz shrugged. "I was actually planning something else when the war broke out." Then he quickly added, "Besides, I have 4 children. I want to go back to them, of course. But that seemed more of a distraction. Do you think it will be much longer before I can do that?" This war won't be over quite so soon, I think. I openly shared my apprehension. Lotz looked surprised and discouraged for a moment, but then nodded. "I see. Thank you for your candor." There's a heavy sigh, he added. "Even so, I hope you are wrong." With these words, he turned back to his rifle, and the conversation came to an end. Saturday, June 26, 1915. "Mold everywhere," Zielinski commented as he held out an exemplary loaf of bread covered in green stains to me. "I'll have to throw it away." I lowered my gaze anxiously to the baskets of baked goods at his feet. The warehouse was still well stocked for the moment. "Save what can be saved," I urged Zielinski. "Cut away the mold, we'll keep the rest." Zielinski was horrified. "But Herr Unteroffizier, that's dangerous. I can't condone it." "My order, my responsibility." I looked at him, prompting him to follow my orders. He looked disgustedly at the loaf of bread in his hand for a moment, but then nodded reluctantly and set to work. "It's only mold." Fellinger and Lotz were lounging in the tall grass next to a basket full of cherries, which Character 1 had probably collected himself. They were amusing themselves, flipping the cherries at each other, trying to hit the other's mouth, with moderate success. "Shouldn't we offer some to Herr Unteroffizier?" Lotz asked his comrade as I approached. Fellinger looked up and noticed me, then smiled and gestured towards the bundle. "Please help yourself." I gracefully accepted. I took some up on the offer. I was given a handful of supple cherries and thanked my soldier. Fellinger nodded graciously and wished me a good day. Thursday, July 1st. Madame Laroche, the speaker of the nearby French village, greeted me with some reservation and quickly cut to the chase of why she'd come to meet. "Your cannons have been thundering day and night, and the villagers are scared," she explains. "Especially the younger children are suffering." It was only in that moment that it occurred to me that our artillery truly had been firing almost non-stop for some time now. Of course, the distant, if constant grumbling paled in comparison to the actual impacts we faced on the battlefield, and I had long learned to put the noise out of my mind, or perhaps my hearing had just gotten that bad. "Do you perhaps know how long this will continue?" Madame Laroche asked carefully. I'm not about to spill military secrets," I proclaimed in outrage and sized her up. "Secrets?" Madame Laroche seemed confused. "My apologies, monsieur. I did not mean to overstep. It's not like we've any choice but to persevere. It would have just been nice to know an end is in sight." With those words, she turned away and mumbled a quick goodbye. "Lotz, how you doing, buddy?" "There's a pub in the village, Herr Officer. Menka and I would like to visit with your permission." "You just want to get Menka drunker." "Headquarters, what do you have, Lieutenant?" Okay. Panic. Yeah, Officer, we still haven't been resupplied. Let's hope it won't take too long. Okay. Well, now... You know what? They can all go to the pub. Trenches can fucking wait. And, you know, this is perhaps my inner Aussie coming out, but dig trenches, trip to the pub. Trip to the pub. Bellinger came hurrying toward me, clearly upset with the blood-stained uniform. "Herr Unterofficer, have you seen the sorry state of this field hospital?" he asked, visibly aghast. "I just helped carry one of the wounded who couldn't make it on his own to the field hospital. The injured are everywhere, and the beds are overflowing already. The nurses just told me to drop him off wherever, since they had no time to tend to him anyhow." I'd known with the intense fighting of the last few days that a lot of injured were passing through our camp. But to think that the state of the field hospital had already gotten so bad. Is there nothing to be done? The soldier pleaded with me. I will look into it, I announced, and tried to temper his drive a little bit. The last things the people at the field hospital need right now is more chaos and disorganized helpers getting in their way. Fellinger nodded and began nervously walking up and down the camp. I should probably talk to Elizabeth soon and see if we can help. Okay. Illicit breath? Oh, we've got Schmidbauer. Here, Schmidbauer, who is inattentive, but let's talk to him because he has personal issues. Origin? I come from a small town near Leipzig. I much prefer it to this big city. In our little town, we know each other, we care. Want people to know who I am when they see me on the street. Children always duck and cover. And family? I got married as soon as I received my first salary. I just don't know what my wife is doing home all alone now. Without me, she doesn't have anything to do all day. I'm sure she manages, my dude. Really, I'm sure she does. Okay. Headquarters. Resupply came in. I had them bring your ration directly to your unit's stockpile. Excellent. Good job. Guard duty. Peterson. And Manka gets guard duty because he's attentive. And Lutz as well because he's good with a gun. As for Peterson and Wellinger and Schmidbauer, they've got trenches to dig, I'm afraid. When I faced Soldier Schmidbauer alone for the first time, he stood expectantly in front of me, impeccably adjusted. Your orders, Herr Unteroffizier. You can count on me. He spoke clearly and devoid of humor. I liked his obvious meticulousness, as well as the respect he showed me. Very well, soldier, I said in an authoritative tone. Do not disappoint me. I won't, he said, then suddenly became a little more confidential in tone. You and I, if we have to keep the group in line. He was a welcome asset. Absolutely, I agreed with him. I'll get back to you on that. He seemed very pleased. Any time he encouraged me, and we exchanged complicit glances once more before parting. Complicit glances. I'm picturing narrowed eyelids, eyeballs shifting back and forth. Good, Herr Unteroffizier. I consider you redeemed of your previous lapses. Now make sure that I don't have to question your reliability ever again. Bite me, Herr Lieutenant? Schmidbauer, why are you not in uniform? Okay, well, this is one of those he who smelt it dealt it situations. You noticed it. It's your job. Also, you're the newest. New guy gets the shit work. It's just how things work here around here, I'm afraid. Headquarters. Lieutenant. The Major has finally given us some marching orders. We're going to battle soon, about time. Hope you've kept your people ready as ordered. Expect you and your men to give it your all in the field, Herr Unteroffizier. This is our chance to chase the French out of their trenches once and for all. Is it? Okay. Okay, well, I can actually offer help this time. Okay, they've all had to deal with unpleasant stuff. But, you know what? Fuck it, they can get in there and do it anyway. Next turn. Monday, August 2nd, 1915. We were preparing for the imminent operation a few days from now. The mood was tense enough, but it seemed to weigh particularly hard on Wellinger. When he had heard of our upcoming deployment, he'd turned pale, and the fear had not left his eyes since. Pull yourself together, man, I told him. I reprimanded him. You're a soldier now. Danger is part of your life. Get used to it. Of course, Fellinger replied, even if he didn't sound convinced. And with those words, he had already turned back to his tasks. Maybe that's all he needed. Sunday, August 15th, 1915. Men! Tomorrow we march to battle, announced Lieutenant von Karlsburg. He had summoned all his subordinate officers to discuss the upcoming operation. Their fear of what might come was clearly palpable, but most of them did their best to cover it up with their heads high, with chests puffed up with pride. The goal of our mission is to conquer and hold the next trench lines, the lieutenant explained the plan. So far, there was no difference to most attack plans, but we have an ace up our sleeve. Our artillery is in position, just waiting to cut off reinforcements from the enemy. I expect you to use this advantage aggressively and decisively. Do not disappoint me. At your command, Lieutenant, the officers around me expressed with varying degrees of enthusiasm. At your command, Lieutenant. I joined them. The lieutenant nodded, satisfied, saluted, and dismissed us. Okay. 17th of January, this comes out. That was fun. That was a lot of fun.